Hey everyone, it's Calvin, also known as Warmer, and this is Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trials and Tribulations, and we're about to start a recipe for a turnabout. I'm so excited to see what this next trial and this next case is going to be. I have no idea what to... Okay, that's enough. This court sees no reason to further prolong the trial. It's very strange to start with a trial. This case is extremely clear, so no room for misinterpretation of the facts. It wasn't me. I swear it wasn't me. It's very rare they start with a case, or the end of a case. The evidence and testimony we have... Oh god, the victim was alone at his table when he drank from that poisoned cup of coffee. No, you're wrong. I know what I saw. I saw... Very interesting art. TB, what's TB? I saw someone else there, a man. He's the real killer. Was that Phoenix? No, you can't blame it on us. For some reason, they have this really amazing way of shocking us. Why won't anyone believe me? Every single time we start a new trial, I have no idea what's going on again. Oh, it's pain.
Well, I'd say that pretty much wraps up this case up, wouldn't you? Mr. Wright?
Wait, we're starting mid-case? This court finds the defendant... guilty. Already. This court is adjourned. See, what's so interesting about this is that, like, first of all, I don't think they've ever started midway through a trial or at the end of a trial. But also the fact that we were defending someone in between our last trial and this makes it feel a little bit more real. Even though the games don't have to be realistic, it's kind of like a nice touch to show that he's working all the time, not just in the biggest cases in the world, you know? January 6th, 10:03 a.m., Wright & Co. Law Offices. I'm so excited to get into this. The start of a new year always makes me feel like it can take on the whole world. It does have those vibes, right? Like while we always kind of like sometimes lie to ourselves about what we're going to be doing in the new year, a new year does feel like a whole new start sometimes for some people. I bet it does, Maya. So, I've decided that a resolution should be Zavari, take on the world. How about you never say that again? What do you think? Sure, whatever, Maya. The Zavari part. Take on the world is fine. But I think maybe you've had more than enough mistletoe cake. Why does he does this every game. Who cares if she's having food? It's food. Who cares? Never. You've got to eat a lot of cake during the New Year's. It's practically a tradition. I suppose so. My birthday is on New Year's Eve, so like there's usually cake. Like watching the fireworks on TV or playing a board game. Hey pal. Oh, it's Gumshoe. How'd you get in here? Detective Gumshoe. How'd you get in here as if it's like a maximum security place? Just open the door. Happy New Year, Detective.
Likewise. Now listen up, Wright. I wanna...
Here's to another fruitful year of lawyer-police cooperation.
Yeah, me too. Alright, pal. You've got some explaining to...
Have you got a holiday present for me, Detective? Is he gonna try and incriminate us in something?
A what? Well, here, have this. It's really nothing much, but...
Yay, thanks.
Look, pal, we need to have a talk. Take a seat.
Hey, what about Pearly? You haven't forgotten her present, have you? She is she's not intentionally doing this, but it's really good.
No, I mean, yes, I mean, no. Are you doing this on purpose?
Haha, guess I'm busted. How did you like my first practical joke of the year? Oh, it was on purpose. Maya is a comedian. But we've already known that she's hilarious.
Very funny, pal. Now, let's see how funny you think this is when I show you this.
What is this, a magazine? Hey, I want to see. Our picture's in the magazine. Deadly poisoning brings guilty verdict. Defense attorney Wright trounced. Yeah. I mean, that's what's interesting though as well, and I didn't even think of that for a second. We have been defeated in a case. Which, one of the things that we've kind of been pretty good with in the past while is that people have wanted to take us on because we've actually had a really good track record when it comes to defending people and even sometimes prosecuting people. So this is a big deal. This is an actual big deal. Trounced? Let me see that. Like, I'm so intrigued about what's going to be happening in the next episode, or these few coming episodes. The defense attorney gave an almost childishly amateur performance yesterday. This is very weird. Yeah, what the heck is this?
It's a report, pal, about you.
Listen to this. Mr. Wright must take full responsibility for the ruling in this case. I'm sorry for interrupting myself over and over again, but the thing is, like, that's so weird is that, like, Even in like we've defended some of the most difficult cases in the world. Last game we were literally trying to prosecute our own defendant. You know what I mean? This last case that we were just in, like we had a criminal that was constantly saying that he was the criminal at first. We had two people fighting over which one was the criminal. And like we also had like a mountain of evidence up against our client and we still won, but now we're being trounced. It's very strange. I really want to know what happened.
Well, and don't tell me you don't remember anything about it.
But I don't remember anything about it. Wait. When was the issue from anyway?
December of last year, which I guess makes it last month.
Which makes it old news, you mean?
But I wasn't involved in a poison case in December.
What the hell is happening? So what do you think this is all about, Nick?
If it wasn't you, pal, then at least only one possibility.
No way. You don't mean a phony Nick? That is... I was gonna say awesome because that's an awesome story, but at the same time, this is going to be a big problem. This is going to be a huge problem. I'm excited. I shouldn't be, but I'm excited. This must be Gumshoe's idea of a joke. Guess he's starting off the year 1 too. Magazine clipping. An article from December 5th says I was trounced and my client was found guilty.
So what are you gonna do about it, pal?
What do you mean? What am I gonna do? What do you mean what I'm gonna do about it? Well, it's your fault that the judge found the defendant guilty in this case.
Maya, please.
My fault? How do you figure that? Because the Phoenix Wright is super famous now. Well, maybe only sort of. That's what I was saying. Like, we're kind of like well known now at this point for winning a lot of cases.
Yeah, see what happens when you hotshots start getting too full of yourselves?
But I didn't do anything wrong. At least not that I can remember.
You better make this right now, pal. Now. And that means taking the case back to court, got it?
Sounds like we got our first case of the new year. Let's tackle it with gusto. I don't know. The judge already issued a guilty verdict in this case. Yes, and what was it? Double jeopardy? Is that what it's called? So like they can't be found innocent? Is that the same thing? It's not gonna be easy to get it overturned. They can't be trialed for the same case, so maybe they can overturn it though, because that would be a little bit different. I guess that New Year's resolution is going to have to wait until next year. It's okay, Maya. We'll get it done.
So you're taking the case, right? Good. I'm gonna head over to the courthouse then. After that, I'll go back to the precinct. Drop by if you need something, okay, pal?
No problem, Gumshoe. What in the world is happening? I guess people are starting to know the name Phoenix Wright. Well, at this point, yeah, you've beaten Godot. You've beaten Miles Edgeworth in cases. You've beaten Payne a few times. You know, you're... not to mention that you're the head of your office was murdered. Also, like, you're... I guess I don't want to say assistant because she's almost like a partner in Maya and Pearl. Like, we're also like very famous for like having in the last case for being the victims, quote unquote, for a time. There's a lot to be famous for here. Like, you've done a lot, and like Phoenix should be proud as well. He should be really proud. If a client entrusted a case to me based on my reputation, I guess I'm kind of responsible. But why would someone want to impersonate me? What sort of guy would do that? Let's talk to Maya first of all. What to do? So, what's our first move? I guess we go down to the detention center and talk. Wait a sec, Nick. The person's behind bars because of you. Whoever it is isn't going to be jumping at the chance to meet you, right? Hey, let's get one thing straight. It wasn't me. It was a fake me that did this. It's a very good fake you then because we saw your face in the court. It must be an unbelievably good fake you. I wonder if he looks exactly like you. Your phony Zin Eof, I mean. I hope not. Ugh. And what kind of name for an evil double is Zin Eof? Is that how you pronounce it? Xenof? Xenof? Anyway. Nick, I've got it. If you're going to ask whether I've got a twin brother, the answer is no. Spoil sport. She was like, I get two handsome men to work with. Did you notice Gumshoe was acting weirder than usual, or was it just me? I don't know, like he was acting a little bit more erratic. Like he was like, almost like he kind of like, was worried that we were like losing our touch or something. What do you mean? I mean, he was really worked up. Yeah, he was very erratic. Like a guy who just found out he was going to be a dad or something. Maya, do you know something? Yeah, I guess he was acting kind of strange. I don't think you know his personal life enough to know if he has a partner or anything. Maybe he realized he's got strong feelings for you, Nick. Maybe. Maybe. Consider how we interact. I seriously doubt that, Maya. Well, if he wasn't nervous because of you, then maybe it's because of our new guilty client. So maybe he knows the client. That could be a possibility. Maybe he does know the client. First of all, we didn't like look at this room in a while. And I just want to look around for a second. Like, again, like I said in previous episodes, I thought this was the life that you're supposed to have. And like, really, it's like one of the main reasons. We're not going to examine all the stuff here. I don't think there's much of a point. We can do it at any point in the game too if we need to. But like, I always thought like you need to have a bunch of folders and stuff around the place. So we have Criminals Affairs Department Detention Center. I think I want to go to the Detention Center first to see if this person will talk to us. And then we'll go talk to Gumshoe afterwards if we can find anything out about it. Let's try and go to Detention Center first. January 6th, Detention Center. Visitor's room. The way I said that, there was going to be like another part to it. Visitor's room. This is so nerve-wracking, waiting to meet a new client. I wonder what just kind of person you tricked and got found guilty. Keep it down, Maya. That kind of talk could ruin me. How could you, Miss Wright? How could you do this to me? They put me in solitary. I haven't been able to stop crying. Aren't you... That's... I recognize his face, though, right? I totally recognize her face. Yes, I am. I'm totally and utterly let down. Are you... Don't pretend you don't know me. It's me, Maggie. Remember Maggie Maggie Bird, isn't it Maggie Bird? Maggie Bird, From the... But she's not wearing... She's wearing a very different... Yeah, that's what I mean, yeah. From the previous game, the first trial, wasn't it? The first trial in the previous game. I forgot her name, I'll be completely honest. She's the policewoman I defended that one time. So now I guess she quit the force? She was accused of murdering her lover. He was a cop too. That was a good case too. That was a really fun case. Very quick case though. What are you doing here? I can get you in a... didn't I get you in a quick... Oh sure, very funny. After that fifth-rate defense job, you come in here and start making jokes? You better hurry up and tell her what happened, Nick. Like I wouldn't give up so easily on you. Oh, I see. So that's where we stand right now. I'm sorry you've been caught up in another murder. My whole life has been nothing but a whirlwind of bad luck and failures. I vaguely remember her saying the exact same thing last time. Like, she was like, I don't remember her being like she's not even close to being a bad person at all. It's so funny because when I first saw her, I was like, I recognize her face, but it's like, is that her? Because I guess like so much of a personality comes from like your outfit as well in the game, or your outfit in like in any TV show or anything. You know what I mean? You recognize. Yes, like, those characters have distinctive faces, as she does, but I didn't want to, like, get it wrong totally, you know? But I don't mind. What's one more disaster in my life? At least now the real Mr. Wright is here with me. I won't let the world keep me down, sir. Well, that's perfect. The music playing as well. How are you doing, by the way? Not very good, probably. So how come you're dressed like that, Maggie? Last year you looked so sharp in that police uniform. Truly. I was fired after that incident last year. Oh, I'm sorry. It's okay. I don't mind one bit. I enjoy being on the force, but I think it was time for me to move on. So, what do you do now? In the second act of the life of Maggie Bird, I'm playing the role of a waitress. Oh, that's a tough job. That's a tough job. A waitress? Oh my god, that looks beautiful, wherever that is. Yes, in a French restaurant. It's a small place, but it's quite fashionable. My charming smile and shapely figure came through for me. And the owner, Mr. Armstrong, hired me straight away, sir. And then you got into this mess right away, right? Yeah, you could put it that way. Very cool, by the way, that they keep returning previous characters that, like, at the time you might think just be, like, might be there for one case. Because to me, it just makes the world feel more like it's full. You know what I mean? Adrian Andrews coming back, Larry Butts coming back, just makes it feel like no case is isolated. You're in this whole world, like, continually. You know what I mean? I like that a lot. I like it a lot. This whole mess started on the 3rd of last month. And it happened to be très bien, TB, très bien. Very good, very great, very good. I haven't done French since 3rd year. So, I was like 15 years old. So, excuse my French if I get anything wrong, guys. Très bien? Yes, it's a restaurant where a good service and friendly smile are always included. Oh. There were 2 men at the table, both drinking coffee. And then, the sprinkling of the poison as well. This is our second poison case this game. If you think of it, the first case wasn't exactly a poison case, but it was close to being, you know what I mean? It was like, they had conversations about poison. One of the men slipped poison into the victim's cup. The victim just took one sip and was gasping for air. I was so shocked, I passed out. Hey, hold on there, Maggie. What? You keep calling the guy the victim. Didn't you know the guy who was killed? Not at all. I never even seen the guy before. I believe her 100% as well, by the way. It could come back to bite me, because like believing in people sometimes does come back to bite me. It's happened like about 20 times in this series. But like, I don't know. I feel like they don't know each other whatsoever. So she wouldn't have had a motive to kill him then, I guess. Yeah, I believe her. Totally. About the motive. And the other man, the killer, you saw him, right? Of course. A good waitress must be attentive to the clientele. So you saw the killer, but you were found guilty of the crime anyway? How come? You tell me, Mr. Wright. I guess the answer to my question is my phone. Yeah, because the thing is, like, if she saw the killer and had a visual of the killer, we would have to have been a very bad lawyer for her to, like, to get arrested and put in prison. Anyway, she saw the killer. Better see if we can get a description of the guy. Yeah, can we talk about the guy as well? So if you saw the murderer, why were you still convicted? Because no one else saw. Saw what? The other man. The one who put the poison in the victim's coffee. Everyone testified that way. Mr. Armstrong, the customer, everyone. The victim was sitting alone at the table the whole time. But how's that possible? I don't know. Nobody, not one person would believe me, sir. Even Phoenix Wright, my one last hope for a fair trial, failed me. What a pathetic defense. My granny could have done a better job. Maybe you should have hired your granny, to be honest. Look, that wasn't me, okay? And then, they found something a bit incriminating in my apron pocket. What? A small bottle of poison. What? Poison? It was in your pocket? Well, I passed out when the victim collapsed. The killer must have slipped the poison into my pocket when I was unconscious. And no one else saw this other than the other guy? No, sir, that's what everyone said, but I don't see how they could have missed him. The other guy. I was the one who took the coffee to the two men. Oh? This is not Phoenix. This person has sideburns. Like that. And like, we don't have a picture of ourselves. Like, he looks way more like older, almost, even from behind. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying like the sideburns are like really pointed. And what was your impression of them? Well, when I first saw them, I kind of thought they might be in the music industry. In music? How come? Well, one of them had some sort of earpiece and an emo musician's look about him. And there was a sample CD on the table, sir. An earpiece and a sample CD, huh? Did you get a look at the CD at all? It had a band's name written on it. He just goes, Green Day. I think it was My Chemical Romance or something. They must have been preparing for their debut, I guess. MC. What could MC stand for? Miles Kedgeworth. It makes so much sense. So was this band's CD? Maybe a promo disc. Maybe it was MC Screwdriver. Get serious, Maya. Would you buy the CD of a... Yes, what? Have you seen the names of some bands? Have you seen the name of some bands? One band I love is just called Pup. It's just called Pup. You know what I mean? Like... Well, I'm not expecting Phoenix to be really up on modern music all the time, but yeah. What was the name of that group again? MC Hacksaw? No, MC... And what about the killer? What did he look like? Well, I don't really remember. Only that he was a young man, well-built, like the victim, really. Can we maybe present... Oh, we don't have a picture of him at all. Like, I thought we'd have a silhouette or something of the person, at least. Because I want to present this as well. Let's present our lawyer badge. That badge, is it real? Of course it's real. That's what they all say, but I've been duped before. Give it to me for a sec. Ah, she bit into it. And I left a few teeth marks too. Can I see that? I just wish I could remember if that means it's real or fake. I said it was real. I mean, she's not gonna know totally. Okay, looks like we've done most of what we can do here. I feel very bad for Maggie, but this is a very, very intriguing case. I'm already so excited, like, to see where this goes. And like, the thing is, like, most of these cases have so many twists and turns that it's gonna be pretty crazy to see where it does go. For now, let's move to the Criminal Affairs Department. January 6th, Police Station, Criminal Affairs Department. It's been ages since we came to the precinct, huh, Nick? Yeah, we haven't come down here once through the whole game so far. Looks like Gumshoe isn't around. He's got it so easy, leaving everyone else to do the work. No, he's out there somewhere. I bet he's on the courthouse. He's probably trying to arrange the retrial of this case. Guess that means we should go to the detention center and chat with our killer, huh? After being convicted without a fair trial? I'm not sure the killer is the right label. Okay, so I guess we have to go back to the detention center. Is there something we missed entirely? Should we present something else? What about this? What do you think of this? Oh, yeah, I need to ask you about this. Hey, this article's about my case. Can you tell me anything about the guy who was pretending to be me? Yes, sir. It was the morning after I'd been arrested. I met you in the visitor's room here. You were wearing one of your super sharp suits. Like, Phoenix, I guess Phoenix does have, like, sideburns, but I didn't think they were that pointy. Like, they're not even sideburns, though. Like, I suppose they are sideburns, but I have my hair down, like, past my ears there as well, so, I don't know. Me? Yes, you, Mr. Wright. Hey, Maggie. Was my evil double AM here, too? No, I don't remember a phony you, Maya. Oh, it would have been so cool. Maya, that's not a cool thing. Then you got really worked up and passionate. I'm gonna get you cleared of this crime, you said. Okay, I get the picture. But you met me in person before. So how come you didn't realize that guy wasn't the real me? I guess, looking back now, it was a little strange. Only a little? Well, okay, so you were a bit taller than normal and you looked a bit shady. And your voice was a bit weird. Oh, and you had this kind of funny accent and... So the guy was nothing like me then. But you had your spiky hair and blue suit. Is that all it takes for someone to imitate me? Well, if you've seen cosplay, they do a pretty good job. How about everyone else in the courtroom, like the judge? And the judge was not gonna know for a second, and Payne is too caught up in himself to even realize either. I truly believe they wouldn't even notice. Didn't they realize he was an imposter? Everyone had these big question marks on their faces. But it seems that no one wanted to say anything, sir. So they did notice, but like I said, like, I don't think the judge would ever, like, truly find out that it's an imposter. This case just keeps getting weirder and weirder. It truly does. It's very interesting. Mr. Wright, do you think it's possible to get a retrial? Probably. The court ruled in the absence of a genuine defense attorney. So we should be able to get a retrial. Mr. Wright, do you think we'll win next time? Sir? I mean, if we do a retrial and we're up against Payne, yes. If we're up against someone else, we'll see, okay? My life has been full of full course meal of bad luck, complete with defeat for dessert. Since I was 6 months old when I fell from the 9th floor, oh my god. I've been hit by all sorts of vehicles, gotten sick from all sorts of foods, failed at almost every test I've taken, experienced almost every kind of disaster. I've even landed a phony lawyer when I had the misfortune of being accused of murder. But I will survive because Maggie Bird always lives on to fight another day. And one day I'll find it. Just you wait and see, sir. I'll find that one single moment of good luck. Zinniov is really going to pay for this. I want to say this as well because, like, she has a good attitude. But, like, you know, some people do have continuous bad luck throughout their lives. And one of the things that always kind of bothers me sometimes is when someone's like, my bad luck and my misfortune, you know, made me the person I am today. And I like to say that, like, you are the person you are today despite all the shit that's happened to you. Never give credit to the bad stuff in your life or the bad people in your life or the bad situations in your life for making you a better person. Always give credit to yourself
for being a better person because you came out the other side despite every single thing that happened to you, if that makes sense. I'm not trying to say that you can't take your bad things that happen in your life and make yourself feel better about it by, you know, like pulling yourself up by your bootstraps, quote unquote. But at the same time, like, you know, you got somewhere, you know, fully spitting in the face of bad destiny and bad luck. That's where I see it anyway. I don't know. I would rather her see it like that as well. What are you staring at me? Why are you staring at me like that? But Maya's right. Whoever it is that thought it was a good idea to use my name and get an innocent girl convicted of murder had better watch out. We'll find him. Don't you worry. We'll get Zinov. So yeah, she's saying Phoenix but backwards. That makes sense now, guys. I can't believe I didn't realize that. So it's Ix in Eof? Ix in Eof. I guess it's because if you're pronouncing the X with Phoenix. Thank you. Oh, I'll tell you where Trey Bien is then. Trey, right, the restaurant where the murder took place. Yes, sir. When you go, please tell Mr. Armstrong I said hi. Sure. All right, Nick. Let's go check out this restaurant and its food. I'm so excited to see this restaurant. Can I say this right now? Like, I'm not a big restaurant guy. I'm not a big fan of going to restaurants that often. But I love, like, drawing restaurants. And, like, I love environments in TV shows with restaurants because they always, like have so much character and personality. Like, the best cafes are the ones with the most personality, the best restaurants. And look at this. Are you serious? Like, look at this. This looks so relaxing. This looks so like, oh, is that a vomit stain on the table? January 6th, Trey Bien. And the music as well. Wow. Look at this place. Look. More like smell. What is this suffocating scent of flowers in here? Then again, girls like that kind of thing, right? Actually, I'm not all that into it. No one's coming to see us. Maybe there's no one here. Don't be silly, Maya. This is a restaurant, and it's open for business. Hello, anyone here? I don't believe it. There really isn't anyone here. Who's on the wall? There's magazines as well. There's a Vogue magazine over there. Perfect. Let's get intrusive. If there's no one here, we can take anything we want. Yeah, I suppose we can. Maya with the shifty look on her face. You know she's going straight to like a freaking pawn shop after this with the stuff she takes. So there's a magazine rack over here. It's a rack full of fashion magazines, and they're all in French. Why don't you try wearing something a bit more chic sometime, huh, Maya? Yeah, I guess I could. I'm always in my acolyte clothes, aren't I? It'd be fun to wear normal clothes every now and then. There's something stuffed behind the rack. Oh, it's a newspaper clipping. Or a newspaper. Looks like a sports paper to me. Hey, and look at this. Someone scribbled a little doodle on the front on one of the pages. Is that mask? Oh, I thought that was mask to mask. MC Bomber and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zeros. $100,000? Maybe? I wonder what MC Bomber is supposed to be. It's the band, isn't it? This paper is from December 3rd. This paper's from the day of the poisoning. What? Sports paper, dates from December 3rd, the day of the incident found at Trey Bien. A paper from the day of the murder. This says there got to be a clue. I should see if I can find out some more about this paper. Yeah, I haven't done anything to do with French since like I was 15. I still know like a bit of the alphabet. I think it's like A, B, C, D, U, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, P. I think it is. I don't know. I could be completely wrong. Like it's like as far as I know. It's a rack full of fashion magazines. They're all in French. Why don't you try? Yeah, we're gonna talk about. I better try to find out something else about it. Yeah, no, because the marker was still there. Who is this? This is the chef. This is totally the chef. It's the restaurant's front entrance. There's a sign hanging on the door written in French. It probably says open or closed. It must be one or the other, but I don't know which since I don't know jack about French. Look at all the little trinkets tucked away in here. I bet Mr. Armstrong collected all these personally. Let's see, a bouquet of flowers, some potpourri, and look, a fine bon china cups. I never knew you were so cultured. Come on, Maya, this is common knowledge. Any Joe Schmo knows this much. Where's Pearl? Oh yeah, she went back for to do more training. Kind of miss her. Kind of miss her. Look, it's one of those magical boxes that spits out money. You know, you're the only person who would ever describe a cash register in that way. I mean, she grew up on like with the, you know, in the Korean village. They probably don't have a lot of that stuff here. I love the environment here. And it's not just like I would like love to sit down here. Again, it's just like giving your environment so much personality is so important. Because I'll remember this. You know what I mean? I like the last case as well. Like the museum is tattooed on my brain. We'll get to the like that sting because I'm assuming that's because the guy was poisoned. The very nice tables here as well. Very nice chairs. Very fancy. It must have cost a lot to like get this stuff built. It looks great. This table is set nicely. Just needs a customer.
What do you think this flower is, Nick?
Let's see. Well, it doesn't look like a tulip, but it's not a sunflower, I don't think. Duh, even I could have told you that. Yeah, Maya, you get him. You get him, Maya. Well, those are the only kinds of flowers I know, dagnabbit. I'm a lawyer, not a botanist. A doctor robotanist. Wow, it's a beautiful winter wonderland out there. It is pretty nice. I didn't even notice how good it looks outside. Cool, I love snow. Let me see. Huh? It's not white. It's not even snowing. Got you. I was only kidding, Maya. It's frosty though, right? Look at it. Nick, there are lies that are okay to tell and lies that definitely aren't. All I did was tell an itty bitty white lie about non-existent white snow. Yeah, but that meant a lot to her. It's frosty though, which is nice. Like that's one of my favorite things about winter. We don't get snow a lot here, but one of my favorite things is just like playing games with the frost outside. It like and just like being warm inside is just a nice thing. Such a nice privilege. Such a nice privilege. This must be the table where the murder occurred. I guess so, with all the police tape all around it. And that stain must be the poisoned coffee. Don't go licking the tablecloth, okay? Ew. Why would I lick it? I'm not a cat, you know. Then why can't I picture you doing just that? Yeah, the vomit's the one thing, but the fabric, ugh. Oh. People are finding out that like, oh, I have all shivers now. Ugh. I hate like, oh, I hate touching velvet, right? I hate touching velvet, but the idea of licking fabric like that, oh, so it gives me chills. Like, ugh. This restaurant has partitions that separate the tables. When you're seated at a table, you can only see the tables to your right or left. So that's why nobody saw anything. How could you? I mean, pretty difficult to see anything, like, at that point. So did we see everything that there is to see in this place now? Because, like, I wonder where the guy is. I'm still thinking about that fabric. Oh my god. Oh. Let's just make sure before we do anything else. I don't want to miss anything just in case. We could leave here. I'm back here with Maggie and I'm going to present her with the sports paper because she might have seen them writing on it or maybe seen them like using it. I'm not sure. I don't think we can do anything much else other than that. I was looking around for a bit there in the restaurant Tribulations to see if we could do anything. Okay, oh, a sports paper. Let's see. Did Gustin Braun manage to defend his heavyweight title? Oh, you're into boxing? Sorry, Maggie, that paper is actually a month old. It's the day of the murder. And Gutson got knocked out yesterday, I'm afraid. Maya knows about it. Oh, no. I found this paper in the magazine rack at Tribulations. Really? That's strange. Yeah, it is, because they only have, like... Yeah, Tribulations doesn't get newspapers. Mr. Armstrong says he's not really fond of them. Then maybe one of the customers left it behind? Anyway, what I want you to take a look at is this scribble here. Aha! That's it, sir. MC Bomber is the name of the band. Was the name of the on the CD? Yes. Just as I thought. I guess it wasn't MC Screwdriver after all, huh? No, it wasn't, Maya. It wasn't, unfortunately. So that 100,000 must be a down payment for a record deal, right? If someone gave me 100,000, I'd sing for sure. I know you would. I would too. Why not? The Master of Crane or the Spirit Song or even Maya's theme. Okay, Maya. So, are they actual songs from the soundtrack of Phoenix Wright? Is that what the joke is? So if the sample CD was on the victim's table, that means this newspaper may have belonged to the victim. You're right. So the victim left this behind on the day of the murder, huh? I think we better step up our investigation, don't you, Nick? So we have that now. We have that piece of information. Which we kind of knew this was probably left behind by someone who was actually using it, because one good piece of information that they give you before you even talk to Maggie is that most of the magazines on the magazine rack are in fact just like fashion magazines, like Vogue and things like that. So it kind of makes sense that that would be the way things go. So where do we go? We go back to Criminal Affairs Department. Let's see if anything's changed. Nothing has changed. So do we go back to Tribulations then? I'm kind of worried about what we're going to find there, but let's try. Yeah, here we go. Okay. January 6th, Tribulations. Which means if the magazine's there, that means this place hasn't had it clean since the murder. Which makes sense, I suppose. Like, some people... Well, it looks still clean. But, like, they didn't check the magazine rack, which is probably on low down on their priority list. Oh la la, bonjour. Welcome to Tribulations. Oh, hello. What happened to Maya? She's frozen stiff. Oh my... Hi. Aren't you fancy as hell? I like your hair. Like, what the... Who are you? So you're probably the owner of this place that we were talking about earlier. Bienvenue. Welcome to my petit restaurante. B Avenue? Oh no, my petit tulip. Me? Look at this face, like a kitten rejected by its own mother. You are fatigued, no? Alors, you need this. The funny thing is, I'm not trying to do a really bad French accent. I'm reading in like, kind of like, I'm trying to do a totally different accent than like a bad French accent. But like, because of the way everything's spelt and like they want me to say it, it comes out as that no matter what. This guy is amazing. An aromatic bath oil melange of La Noroli and La Rose, my personal recommendation. You think I need... What? My eyes is so stopped. Look at his eyes as well. Oui, just add a couple of drops of this mixture to La's bath water and voila. I can't believe this game. Like, the thing is as well, I talk about all the time how, like, you should create, like, these distinctive characters that, like, you remember forever. And it's very difficult to forget a character from Phoenix Wright. It will soothe your body and your mind. It's simply fantastic. Really? And for La Monsieur, what are you gonna give me? Give me something as well. I want something too. Muscles as well. This guy works out. Or at least, like, works out his arms. He might be one of those people that just works out his arms. Or maybe he just deadlifts or something like that. It could be that too. Or power lifts. Who, me? Look at that face. Like a puppy rejected by life itself. You are fatigued, no? For you, Monsieur, I recommend this. Oil of bergamot? Oh, he's pulling out the petals. And maybe a hint of wee-wee. I will add the peppermint. And the curry sage for a fragrance exceptional. Such an invigorating recipe will bring out your delicious beauty, Monsieur. My beauty? Lord, if you will be seated, I will bring you a special menu as a day. Actually, we're not here to eat, we're lawyers. Mais bien sûr. I know this already, Monsieur. You are La Phoenix Wright, no? Yes, you know me? Mais oui, I never forget a man who flirts with me, especially in court. Oh, we flirted with... It sounds like whoever we were getting up to all types of shenanigans. I guess he was cross-examined by our mysterious Zin Eof, or backwards Phoenix. It looks like everyone to do with this case knows who I am already. I wonder what sort of impression Eof's been leaving on people, don't you? Allow me to introduce myself to you again. I am Jean Armstrong Enchanté. Did she say... Now, I could be completely wrong, but when she said John Armstrong, did she say John or John? Like John or Jean? When she said it to his first Maggie, did she just been calling him John? Or did I just misread it the first time? So already, like, here's the thing. It's very over the top. It's a very over the top characteristic. And I think a lot of people might even say that it's like, in some cases, it goes a little bit too far in some ways. But the thing I'll say is, again, Phoenix Wright is kind of famous for doing this. At least the series is kind of famous for doing this, creating characters that like are so distinctive and so memorable and so over the top that like they're grounded though when it comes to their emotions and the way they feel. Like, you know, even last case as well, you know, you had, because again, they can't get characters across by having like 20-minute cutscenes. That's not the style of the game. So the way they do it is through character profiles, the way they talk and the way they dress and the way they act. And that's the way they do it, and that's why they get it. That's how they get across characters. And to me, it like works out pretty well in a lot of cases. Let's talk about the restaurant. So what does très bien mean? It means very good, does it? I don't know, maybe I got it wrong. I know très, that means 3, right?
No, très bien is français. In English, you would say very good. I got it right, guys. I got it right. Come to me for French lessons.
Oh, very good.
Oui, exactement. La atmosphere is très bien, and la cuisine is très bien.
If the food's so good, why aren't there any customers in here?
My cuisine is not for all. Some people, they do not appreciate la hot cuisine.
I thought everyone liked hot cuisine.
Since I've lost Maggie, I do not have enough and,
So you're running this place on your own now?
Oui, for a moment. No one has answered my advertisement. Oh, poor moi.
Please, don't eyeball me when you say that.
I am the chef. I am the manager. I am also a trained aromatherapist.
Oh, cool. Oh, that makes sense with the fragrances you were giving us. Aroming what?
A practitioner at aromatherapy, la art of soothing the soul with these delicate floral aromas.
Delicate? The smell come from that bottle earlier was anything but. It's probably very strong, but I have heard of aromatherapy. I don't know like what the benefits totally are all the time, but like I heard people do like it. So, could you tell me what you know about the incident?
Bien. It makes me sad to remember it, yet I remember it so well. More than a month has passed since it happened.
Yeah, I guess it's about to be a month since Maggie's sentencing.
So it was the 3rd of last month, just after 1 in the afternoon. A man who was in here for a coffee suddenly became ill because of the poison in his coffee.
Sorry, that was not him. Phoenix is copying him now. Phoenix, that's so rude.
That is the truth, as I know it. It was Maggie who took his drink to him. I was in the kitchen. I heard the sound of someone collapsing. When I came out to see what it was, I was already slumped in his chair.
So he just spilled the coffee, okay? I thought he like puked up the coffee afterwards. Sorry for saying that word over and over again, guys. I know some people might be very, don't like that word, but yeah. He was dead?
Mon Dieu, oui, he was dead. Maggie had passed out also.
And this man who died, he was alone?
Oui, monsieur.
So no, even he didn't see him?
All alone. I know that Maggie said there was someone else, but...
I see.
La police. They asked me many times, are you sure there was no one else at the table? They asked. But I am not the only one. The old man said the same thing.
Old man? What old man? Yeah, talk about the old man, sir. So who is this old man that you mentioned?
At the time of the murder, there was another customer in here.
What, someone else saw it?
Mais oui. As usual, he came alone that day. At the time of the murder, he was here. He saw it too. But he said the same thing, that there was no one else at la victim's table.
But Maggie swears there was 2 people.
Mais, mademoiselle, la lawyer, he could not prove this, no?
About the lawyer. That was me, I suppose?
Mais bien sûr.
Wow, he said the first person who said it wasn't me. Wow, he's the first one who said it wasn't me. Don't kid yourself, Nick. Now is the one making stuff up. So we have a full kind of like thing we can give him. We probably could present this as well to see if he knows anything about it. We found the sports paper in the magazine rack here.
One of my customers must have left it behind.
Do you have any idea which customer it was?
The only ideas I have, mademoiselle, I saved for my kitchen.
That's a really interesting way of avoiding the question. So we have like a full conversation with this guy. I'm not sure what else we can present to him at this point. We should present our lawyer badge because I was asked to do this a few times.
Please, monsieur, there is no need to show me that. You are Phoenix Wright, the worst defense attorney in town. Oh my god, after all I've done. What is it now? 22 cases? I've won like what? Not 22, what am I saying? 22, what games am I playing? What games am I playing? What is it, 15? 16, 17 cases? There's not 4 games, or 3 games before this. I think I can imagine how he formed this a completely wrong impression of me. The last time we met, did I show you this badge? Oui, you flashed it to everyone in the restaurant. Looks like Zinioff is a bigger fan of flashing stuff than you are, Nick. So we have like a full conversation with this guy. I'm not sure what to think of him yet. I think that he has like, again, a really full character. But like, I don't think we can really get a grasp on what his angle in this is yet. I don't think we can incriminate him or like say anything otherwise. He is no, like, there's no thought process in that yet. But I will say that I think he's very muscular. I don't know. It's interesting meeting all these characters. It's interesting to see where this is going to go. We're going to end this here for this episode, and we're going to keep going in the next one. I'm kind of worried as to where it's going to be going after this, because I feel like we've come a long way, but it's not something that I want to, like, how do I say it? Like, jinx or make it seem like we know where we're going, because I have no idea as usual in these cases. But I'm excited. It's a fun case so far. It's fun to see who this imposter is going to be, and I will see you all very soon. Bye-bye.